Hi guys, this is Streamer Lord Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my thoughts and my review of Ashoka. Ashoka episode 4. So here we go guys. What I really loved about this episode is that we got to see a lot. And what I mean by a lot, I mean a ton of stuff. First of all, let's first, guys, let's talk about where I left you in my episode 3 review of Ashoka. I left you guys with Ashoka and Sabine landing on this new flying planet and landing on this new planet, which had one of the coolest visuals that I have seen in a long time, according to myself, in a Star Wars series slash movies in a long time. And they landed on this new planet, on this new royal planet. Basically, Sabine and Ashoka landed Ashoka's home ship on this new royal planet, and they were left stranded to fix and repair Ashoka's home ship from getting significant damage from Beam Scullin's apprentice and her group or battalion, small battalion of loyalists and loyal old imperial rule TIE fighter. So that's where I left you guys in episode 3. That's how I ended my review of episode 3 of Ashoka. So now let's get into episode 4. So we start off with Ashoka and Sabine and Q Young stranded on this new flying royal planet, and Sabine and Ashoka and of course Q Young are trying to repair Ashoka's home ship. But of course, Ashoka and Sabine want to explore and perhaps find Wicked Lady Morgan. Yes, Wicked Lady Morgan, and of course Beam Scullin and of course his apprentice, but their main objective is to get the key to preventing a calamitous war between the New Republic and old imperial loyalists, just like Lady Morgan, and of course Beam Skull, and of course his apprentice, and of course they also wanted to stop or prevent Lady Morgan and Beam Skull to find Grant to find the heir apparent to the imperial ruling throne. Grand Admiral Thrawn. But like I also said in my review of episode 3 of Ashoka, the key to preventing the war, this calamitous war, was a ball map, which the ball contained the map contains the, obviously it's a key component to preventing the war, but it also contains the exiled planet location of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So that was Ahsoka and Sabine's and Q Young's main objective, main goal or objective. So as Sabine and Ahsoka were thinking about going out and perhaps maybe catch or get to Lady Morgan and former Jedi Master Beam Skull, as they were planning to do that, to go out and find Lady Wicked Sister Morgan, and of course Beam Skull and his apprentice, and obviously, and of course retain the map from Lady Morgan's possession. Q Young was outside the ship, and Q Young was outside Ahsoka's home ship, trying to figure out how to fix the damage from the TIE fighter dogfight that they had with Beam Skullin's apprentice's TIE fighter small battalion. But as Q Young was fixing or trying to figure out how to fix the ship, Ahsoka's home ship, Beam Skullin's apprentice and a group of human slash hybrid droids, just like her companion, the black cool suited the black cool coated slash droid human hybrid henchman, Beam Skullin's apprentice and a group of these 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 droid/human henchmen from this new planet, flying whale planet, um, were able to track down the location of Ahsoka's home ship. So, of Ahsoka's home ship, and of course, Ahsoka's and Beam's Golden and Sabine Wren's and Kyung's location. So, as Kyung was fixing or trying to fix Ahsoka's home ship, he was surprised by this group led by of course Beam Scullin's apprentice, and a whole fight between a kind of mini fight. I would call it a mini fight between poor Q Young and Beam Scullin's apprentice group of human / droid / human hybrid henchmen or companions or friends, newfound friends, tried to basically punch out, or tried to, beat up poor Kyung. But poor Kyung and Sabine and Ahsoka were in Ahsoka's home ship, and they were communicating with Kyung, who again was outside, but Sabine realized that Kyung wasn't communicating and telling her and Ahsoka his progress on fixing their ship, or Ahsoka's home ship. So they got a little bit worried. So when they heard, Star Wars fighting noises, they went outside. They went out. Both Ahsoka and Sabine went outside the ship. They got out of Ahsoka's home ship, and they realized that Q Young, but in general, all three of them were being attacked by Beam Scullin's apprentice and her group of human / droid hybrid henchmen. Then a fight to the wood would happen. What I mean by that, two awesome lightsaber battles would occur. The first battle that we got to see, both fights were at the same time. But the first equation of this of this tag team battle of lightsabers was, of course, Ashoka versus Beam Scullin's apprentice's droid slash human hybrid of a close henchman slash close ally. You know, the cool black one, the cool suited black one, the cool suited the cool colored, you know, the cool. I can't, guys, I can't pronounce the guy's name, but you know which one I'm talking about. That was the first battle. That was the first battle of this tag team lightsaber battle, and of course the second battle of this tag team lightsaber battle was Sabine versus Beam Scullin's apprentice. So, and it was awesome. And it was awesome. Both of them were awesome. So eventually, Ashoka would cut Beam Scullin's apprentice, cool looking droid slash human close henchman of an ally. Just Ashoka would cut her in half with her white galactic angel, white lightsaber. Ashoka would cut this droid slash human henchman slash close ally of Beam Scullin's apprentice, like she was cooking at the Cordon Bleu Cooking Institute, or in this case, the Cordon Bleu Galactic Cooking Institute. And it was awesome. Meanwhile, and it was awesome to see that Ashoka is also a Jedi, but is also an awesome Jedi, but she also has a ruthless streak to her, in her personality. And of course, the second half of this tag team battle was, of course, Sabine and Beam Scullin's apprentice. And I have to tell you, Sabine and Beam Scullin's apprentice looked awesome. It was an awesome fight to see. But eventually, Ashoka would see that Ashoka was seeing that Sabine was losing, was a bit, kind of losing a little bit, to Beam Scullin's apprentice. So Ahsoka being the good Jedi Master that she is, or that she was, and is to Sabine. She offered to help Sabine fight Beam Scullin's apprentice, but of course the main both Sabine's and Ahsoka's goal with Q Young in tow was to get the map from Lady Morgan and Beam Skullin himself. So after seeing that Sabine was kind of struggling a bit, Ahsoka said, and not in these words exactly, but she didn't she said she could see that Sabine was struggling a bit, so she kind of knew that she needed. So Ahsoka knew that she needed to help Sabine, but Sabine said to Ahsoka, I can handle Beam Scullin's apprentice by myself. But you Ahsoka now need to go and retrieve or retain the map that leads to the exiled location of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and probably also contains the location of Ezra, but the most important thing is you need to get the map. To retain the map to keep Grand Admiral Thrawn's exiled location in our hands, or in the New Republic, in the New Galactic Republic's hands, before Lady Morgan finds this exiled before Lady Morgan and Beam Skullin find Grand Admiral Thrawn's exiled location, and to stop the war, and to stop a future calamitous war. So Ahsoka was like, she didn't want to really leave Sabine, and I get why she felt that way, why Ahsoka felt that way, but like many of you guys, I bet you guys were proud to see Sabine take action upon herself and say to Ahsoka, don't worry about me, I got this. I can handle Beam Scullin's apprentice by myself. So Ahsoka said, fine, you're right. Then Ahsoka went on her way, and she went on her way and found a rock, a rock or a cliff. I would say a rock formation. Yes, I would call it a rock formation where there were four black rock black rock pedestals, where in episode 3 of Ashoka we saw, or like I told you guys, where Lady Morgan put or stuck yes stuck in the ball, the 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 metal ball that contains the map, the secret map, and the key from stopping from preventing a new calamitous war. And of course, this map also contains the secret exiled location of Grand Animal Thrawn. So Ashoka saw this rock formation, or a cliff formation. It looked like a cliff rock formation / rock formation. But anyway, she could see that there were four pedestals. And of course the ball was stuck in one of these pedestals holes where the pedestals came out of. But anyway, when she got to the rock formation, she was met by Beam Skolin, by former Jedi Master Beam Skolin, and that meeting, and when they saw each other, when Ahsoka saw Beam Skolin face to face, I mean, you can cut the tension with the sharpest knife in the world. And before this epic third lightsaber battle that Ahsoka and Beam Skolin would have with each other. Beam Skolin said to Ahsoka, and this was a very, I would call it a deep, methodical, and a well out and a well thought of just sticking a knife into an old open wound. And Beam Skolin was like to Ahsoka, if you knew what your old master what your master has become, meaning Anakin Skywalker. And of course, as we all know, Anakin Skywalker at this time, by Beam Skolin's comments, he was dead, but most importantly, he was still being revered by Beam Skolin and many loyalists to the imperial imperial rule of the galaxy, but many Sith Lords, after 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 and Anakin's Anakin's Anakin Skywalker's death as uh, Darth Vader, were like still revere. We're still analyzing, revering him. So that was a very methodical, very methodical, and well thought of a jab, saying to Ahsoka, if you knew what became of your master, you would be proud, and of course we all know Ahsoka would be mad and sad at the same time. So, after Beam Skullin said that to Ahsoka, she was like, to Beam Skullin, well, Beam Skullin, first of all, I haven't seen my master in a long time. Second, I disappeared, or basically got out of the Jedi Order. Then after that, we would see an awesome fight with the ball that contains the map still stuck to one of these pedestals. But in many instances of the fight between Ahsoka and Beam Skullin, Ahsoka would get a few like three, I want to say two or three opportunities to pull out the ball from one of these pedestals by using the Force. But she almost had it. She almost had it, like I said, 2 or 3 times in her forcing grasp. But tragically, to our dismay and awesome, and we were like, to our dismay and to our viewing pleasure at the same time, we were like, yes, we were like, no, but no and yes. But then after getting a few opportunities to use the Force to get the ball out of one of these pedestals that the ball was stuck in, Ahsoka was debilitated by Beam Skullin, and by this time Sabine had already arrived at the rock formation where Ahsoka was at, and the ball was at, where Ahsoka was at. And when Sabine when Sabine realized that her master was down, she tried her best to get to get the ball out of out of out of out of one of these pedestals, but she couldn't. But then something something shocking would happen, and and it and it and I haven't and I hadn't seen, and I guess like many of you guys hadn't seen with me in a long time. We saw this happen. This happened. We haven't seen this happen in a long time. After Sabine realizing that her master Ashoka that her Jedi master was down and kind of depleted, but down and weak, she decided to get the ball herself, and in turn also tried to blast Beam Skolin and his apprentice to bits with her Mandalorian blaster. But Mandalorian blaster. But then Beam Skolin would use his his Jedi his Sith slash still got a piece of that still got a piece of a Jedi in me of mind manipulation, and Beam's calling was like to Sabine, if you give me the map, I know what you. Beam's calling was like to Sabine, I know what you really want. I know what you really want. You really want to. You want to stop a future calamitous war, but the most important thing that you want to get to is your old friend Ezra, and then Beam Skolin was like, I can get you to it if you give me the map. I promise you. I give you my word and promise you that I'll take you where Ezra is located. And you could bring him, and you, Sabine, can bring him back to his north. You can go back. You and Ezra can go back to wherever you were at before the rebellion, and at the same time as Beam Skolin was manipulating Sabine with I know where I can get you to Ezra manipulation talk. Sabine was like doubting, doubting herself, but mostly doubting Ahsoka's promise to her in episode 2 or 3, or actually, or both, where Ahsoka said, we will also find Ezra. We might also find Ezra when we get to when we get the map back. And 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 by doing this mind Jedi by doing this Jedi mind manipulation trick, or manipulation power with the Sith power, or old Imperial power. Sabine relented and gave Beam Skull in the map. But that's not it. But that's not where episode 4 ends, because, like I said, besides Grand Admiral Thrawn, the main antagonist, or one of the main antagonists of all of this awesome adventure with Ahsoka the series is, of course, Lady Morgan. And Lady Morgan had already been down to the flying whale planet, and she did her galactic witchcraft, yes, witchcraft, and she found she had a mind cute date connection with Grand Admiral Thrawn. But anyway, but her ship, in episode 383, her ship, her mothership, or home ship, was getting repairs, or getting new upgrades put in place on her ship. So, in episode 4, we see the same thing. We see the same thing, but not upgrading wise, not ship upgrades, not Lady Morgan's home mothership upgrades, but we see an interior upgrade, not an exterior upgrade, but an interior upgrade. So after manipulating Sabine's minor with his Sith Lord Jedi mind manipulation trick that we love and love. Beam Squad got, Beam Squad transferred data from the map, to Wicked Lady Morgan's Wicked Lady Morgan's mothership, and Lady Morgan's interior ship upgrade was this kind of galactic 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 cal galactic galactic this this galactic calculator and with the galactic calculator upgrade or calculating computer, Lady Morgan was or is able to find the coordinates or the location of the exiled planet of Grand Animal Thrawn. But let's go back a little bit. But during her fight with Beam Skull, Ashoka was able to stop the coordinate reading of the map just for a little bit while she was fighting Beam Skull. But eventually, like I said, Beam Skull was able to manipulate poor Sabine to relinquish the map, and then he transferred his calculation readings to Lady Morgan's interior calculating computer, where Lady Morgan's droid assistant or droid home ship drivers were able to input the coordinates to Grand Admiral Thrawn's location. And of course, by this time, Sabine had agreed to be a prisoner, to be captured by Beam Skull and his apprentice, with again the one condition that Beam Skull would find Ezra, and so that way Sabine and maybe perhaps Ashoka as well reunite with Ezra. But that's not all. Right when Ashoka got knocked down and she was out for the count, not unconscious, but according to Beam Skull himself, he thought that he had had killed her. But had killed her. So he saw that the Ashoka's limp and weak and almost dead body was dead body was out, and for the count, he pushed with beam skull and pushed Ahsoka's limp and lifeless dead body off this off of this rock formation cliff, where beneath the cliff there were some waterfalls. So there were some waterfalls. Then, after doing that, after pushing Ahsoka's lifeless dead body off the rock formations, off the rock formation cliff, of course Ahsoka fell to these waterfalls, and she was and according to Beam Skull, she is dead for good. But that's not the case, because Ahsoka, when she awoke, or when she woke up from her unconsciousness, she realized that yes, indeed, that her body, or she herself, had fallen into waterfalls, but she didn't hear a crash. Like her body didn't crash, or didn't make a sound. Didn't make a sound when she fell into the waterfalls. When she realized that yes, indeed, she had fallen into these waterfalls, but she realized that she was still alive. So when Ahsoka regained consciousness, and she gathered herself up, and she realized that she had not died. She looked around, or we saw that she was looking around, when she saw a light blue bridge path to somewhere. So Ahsoka decided to find her way out of wherever she was, inside of these waterfalls that she fell into. So she decided to walk, to walk and step the bridge. When she heard a voice. And to us it was a familiar voice to her, and that familiar voice that Ahsoka had heard was of her old Jedi Master Anakin Skywalker, and she said, and when she turned around and looked at Anakin, at her old Jedi Master Anakin, she was like in shock, just like me, just like I bet you guys, just like I bet you guys were, just like me, and said Anakin, and that's how this awesome episode 4 of Ahsoka ends. So with that, guys. So with that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Put a like, and let me know in the comments. What if you were Ahsoka? What if you were Ahsoka and you would see your? What if you were Ahsoka and you realize that you were hearing your old Jedi Master or Sith Master's voice, and when you turned around, you would see your Jedi Master or Sith Lord Master. What would you say to your old masters? So thank you guys for watching. And I'll roll with you later. Bye.